Indiegogo has told how it is ready to expand the last date it gave to a draft trying to do a portable release of a classical UK machine. But the crowdfunding website says how the crew over the ZX range Vega Plus has yet to encounter its facility. Dr. David Fee added how he believed lot backers yet are completely supporting of our finish the draft. The campaigning initially incorporated to email out the comfort in the summer of 2016. Yet, the U.S. company explainable how the position was more than complex. We've undertaken several stairs to defend our society, consisting needing refunds for any patron how has queried one and prohibiting the campaigning owners of launch any some draft on our plate, explainable a representative. We include as well started the trial of send the campaigning owners to collections, that will start except the campaigning delivers on the promises it done more than particularly, day yesterday, we shipped really precise requirements, that include not yet been coordinated to by the campaigning owners, in spite them wiring a campaigning upgrade over present. The facility require of RCL are how it, Indiegogo as well open how RCL had offered it now plan to supply the portable consoles out of 1,000 games before installed as initially pledged. If these requirements are not coordinated for, we will go on in the trial of send the draft to collections, that has already started, and we will once inform backers, as previous debated, the Indiegogo representative added. Sky has been requested for commentary. The Vega Plus campaigning grown a full of £512,790 of more than rather than 4,700 human beings on Indiegogo up the US company locked it of receiving more than cash in March 2017. That was a very extraordinary move for the fundraiser facility, that usually allows projects to solve while they wish to halt receiving cash. On to RCL's largest newly registered accounts, it had £433,008 of holdings at the end of March 2017. Should the business be constrained to return the cash money, it would mark one of the highest profile crowdfunding failures today. Its use of the Portrait Sinclair mark has intended the draft has been wide accompanied by both of the game and main click. Yet, obligation gallery agencies absence the legislative powers to strengthen instant payment. The participation of a obligation gallery agent would aggravate matters, it would not definitely give them to a shut. In comparison with bailiffs, such agencies cannot grab holdings themselves. In history cases, several companies include just opted to disregard them. While that has happened, the agencies include occasionally had to conduct legislative activity on their client's name. And just while they one include coercion commanders been equipped in the force to seize characteristic bearings in reason how backers no one include a share in RCL nor include they purchased thing in the conventional feeling, quite they underfunded and strive, it is not precise how a magistrate would guideline were Indiegogo to conduct the path, or though if the controversy would get to trial in the at first location. The is a facility and hard instance, annotated Peter Walwork, head execution of the letter of credit services associate. He added how, though, while companies are constrained to brush above cash, the force require frequently involves further extortion, how would include to be met by the borrower industry, consuming in the sums restored. RCL has previous told problems in the comforts equipment introduced to over intermittent. But Dr. Fee alleges how lot of the accused waterfall on an former director of the company, Gender Andrews, who he outlined as this vilest foe of RCL and the Vega Plus draft. A latter controversy among the two men worried the games how backers had been said would be before installed on the comfort. On May 22, RCL located a Facebook upgrade how charged Mr. Andrews and other of cast question above if it had the rights to delivery the titles. As a outcome, RCL told it now necessary to pin every rights holder to prove a license had been given, that would get several period. Mr. Andrews has recognized how he had compressed the business to show the devices were completely juridically pliable, but rejected he was to accuse for a latency. Mr. Andrews is chasing L's prospect to give matters to a chief. He and L's former director, Chris Blacksmith, every yet own a 25% share in RCL. That has permitted them to strengthen a shareholders meet, that Mr. Andrews told had been planned for June 18. They include offered a movement how RCL's present control be remote and a completely freelance tertiary side get monitoring. We trust it is the just way the absurd position will be solved for backers, Mr. Andrews explainable. Yet, to prosper they requirement the supporting of Sir Clive Sinclair, the maker of the unique ZX range. His company, Sinclair Study, as well owns a 25% share in RCL. Dr. Fee, who owns the some 25%, marked how Sinclair Study given a declaration on May 2 how told it did not plan to substitute RCL's directors. But how obligation was relying on and waiting how deliveries would get location recent monthly, that did not detect. Sir Clive did not answer to a query to stake his present type.